Hi, Brian.
Hi, Lynda.
Hi,
This was
Lynda.
fun. Hi, Gary.
How are you? Long time no see.
Fine. I know. Are you both well?
We are.
No complaints.
We are.
Did you spend the weekend cleaning up?
I was probably horizontal most of the weekend. I was just.
Somebody
Oh,
behind.
don't say it was me.
I didn't spend the weekend, but this morning I got up at 6 and I thought, I remembered you were coming for a tour of my second floor.
Exactly. Well, I vacuumed and dusted.
You did?
I did.
He did.
I love to vacuum.
Lynda, you'll have to text me for the pictures of him vacuuming and dusting. I can leak those if you want.
I want those.
Done.
But we agreed that we would start with you today.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Your second floor.
Okay. See you later.
Bye, Gary. Come back later so we can talk some more.
Okay. So we're in my library, and my library is a 2-floor library. It goes from the first floor to the second floor, but my desk is on the second floor because usually it's a mess. It's not a mess now because my dining room has taken over. But on this side, I have books, and then across the way, because it's 2 stories, there's a cutout in the floor. I have that wall of books, and I've organized it by, here is my gardening section, entertaining, health, design. So it's all organized that way.
I knew it would be.
Of course. But my favorite thing in my library is this desk. And this 18th century French desk was in my father's library when I was growing up.
Oh.
So he gave that to me when I bought my first house. It was a little grand for my first house. My first house was very small, but he gave that to me when I moved.
That's so special.
Yes, it is special because I used to do homework on it, play under it when I was little. So that's a great desk. But one of the things I really love is, aside from my Christopher Spitzmiller lamp, which Christopher does all these beautiful colors, though this one's black, is my dial phone, because I really use this in a few rooms in the house and in New York. I love the dial phone. But look at how technology has changed from my iPhone.
Come on. You mean it works?
Oh, yeah. And you should hear the ring.
Can you call me? I don't think I believe you.
I'm going to call you after. I'll call you on that.
You
but
can't
it does
call me
work.
now. Okay.
I sit in the library, and it's nice and heavy. I love the weight of it.
But you have to remember the numbers because you have to look them up. It doesn't remember anything.
It's true. It's true. You cannot just press contact.
It's a very good prop.
No, I use it. I love to sit in my library downstairs on the chaise and hold it. But for young people, they don't know how this works. People born in this century,
they don't know what it is.
They don't know what it is. And then this is my stack of books I've been reading. Can you believe
No way. Come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
This is fantastic, Brian. This is fantastic.
So I am an avid reader, and I love biographies. I love biographies on people in the design world, the art world, movies. So these are, believe it or not, this is the most recent stack.
Wow. Yeah. I love biographies. They're my favorite. In fact, I'm not keen on novels. I don't have time to spend on what if.
No, I'm the same way.
This is what happened.
So the good one that I read, which was a novel, was The Goldfinch. And
yes, that was great. But the movie was not good.
No, I can't even watch. I don't ever see the movie after I've read the book because it's never the same way I picture. That started when I read Willy Wonka as a little boy, my favorite book. I decided never to watch a movie again.
The Goldfinch was fantastic.
It was fantastic. So that's the staircase up to the 3rd floor.
Okay.
And we're on the 2nd floor. And then this is my entrance to my bedroom.
Yes.
Okay.
Very nice sight line.
Yes, I have double doors into here. We did if you can see the over door in there, which integrated the crown.
Oh, very nice.
I always say when we talked about sight lines before, make the door a statement. And these doors, of course, let me just pull them close. They're centered on the staircase when you walk up, and they're black and they have the over door, but just play up with the moldings. And then I did sconces, but I didn't have electricity there. So I did candle sconces there.
Very nice.
And
very stately.
Yes, I like that look. And then again, I did the mirror because that reflects the window, the huge window on the staircase when you come in. And I don't like to walk right into a bedroom. I like a master bedroom. I like to have a little vestibule before you see the bed. I don't like, to walk in and the bed is there if you have the room for it. So we come into my bedroom and I love canopy beds. They're so cozy.
You do?
Yes, especially in a northern climate, I find it so cozy.
In the summer, you're not hot? You have enough air circulation?
I do. And I really use this seating area. This is where I come home at the end of the day, I change, I sit down, turn on the TV, maybe read the newspaper. And I have this beautiful armoire, very simple armoire, across that houses the television set. And I don't know why people don't use more armoires. I just love armoires instead of built-ins. I use them sometimes in front halls as a closet.
Me too. And the good news is you can get them. They're not expensive. I mean, it's like, I remember when 507 Antiques was open, it was like a graveyard of armoires.
Exactly. And you can get them at auction, at dealers for nothing. Like you would buy Formica boxes for the same price as you can get, that beautiful piece.
Great tip.
And then the modern art. And then I have this beautiful, speaking of 507, that beautiful mirror, which I've had for years. And then my favorite space.
I know where we're going.
Next door, you know where we're going. Let me open the double doors. Here's my bathroom.
Probably the most published bathroom I know.
I do think it is. I see it online all the time. I see it on Instagram. I see it. It's even been published in books without crediting me, unfortunately.
I know. I hate that.
Terrible. Okay, so I have the vanity that looks like a piece of furniture.
Yes.
And we did one sink because I don't want to stand shoulder to shoulder brushing my teeth with Gary. We take turns.
Yes.
And then instead of sconces, I did lamps.
Very nice.
So I did a pair of lamps. Oops, my shade is crooked.
Fix that.
So, and then opposite are the bookshelves with the bathtub.
Famous bookshelves. We had a whole discussion about this once, Brian.
And people freak out at the top, the idea of books in a bathroom. Like, you should hear some comments. Most people love it. But some people are like, how can you put books in there? Well, my bathroom's not a small bathroom. It's a very big bathroom. So it's not affected by humidity. And, you're sitting in the bathtub. You want to read.
Oh,
so those are all.
It's about the visual. I don't think that's what you read in the bathtub.
Well, some of them do, but it is about the visual. Between you and me, just you and
just you and me. Nobody else.
Don't tell anyone.
No, I won't.
But they are, believe it or not, those are all Reader's Digests.
Wow.
So you could get this look of the antique books, and they're all those faux leather bound Reader's Digest, which I collected. Actually, the books do, with mild humidity, quite good in the winter, because old books dry out and they fall apart and the spines fall apart. So you need humidity. And then the freestanding tub and that antique deco side table. Brian. And then on either side of the tub, I have a frosted door. One is the shower and one is the toilet compartment. And then I paneled the whole room in panel moldings. And then across from the tub is my fireplace and my 2 chairs.
It's fantastic.
I took the windows that used to be on either side and cut them down to the floor and made French doors with a little Juliet balcony. But there is nothing better than this bathroom in the winter.
I mean, it's just fantastic. And I want to say that when I first saw your bathroom, I'm going to say 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
It was 20 years ago we moved in.
20 years ago. Well, so it was right after you renovated it and you got it ready. And I think you were the first person to have a freestanding tub like that.
Yeah, you didn't see that very much. It was very rare. Everyone built these big step-up tubs with stairs and all of that stuff. Remember those?
Yeah, of course.
And corner tubs. And I had this tub, and it wasn't the easiest thing to get. There weren't a lot of options for this. And this is cast iron. So we had to put a steel beam across the living room to hold that tub. Otherwise, I'd be bathing in the living room, because our living room that's the middle of the living room. But when I talk about design, and you talk about good design, and it doesn't have to be traditional. It can be contemporary, modern, but really good design, well thought out, not trendy. Trendy can be for the accessories and paint. This is 20 years old. I've lived in this bathroom for 20 years. And to this day, I love it as much as the day I installed it.
I also remember the floor was exceptionally good work.
Yes, this
It was inlaid marble travertine.
Yes, this was the marble, but remember at the time, 20 years ago, no one had basket weave floors. This was from Waterworks. And, you know, people walked in and saw this mosaic carpet that I have in the middle of the room. Like, wow.
Can you just take your camera a bit closer to the floor? Yes, gorgeous. Cha-chink, cha-chink, Waterworks.
Waterworks. But now you can get this probably at, you know, a home center like Home Depot and modest tile companies. They make a lot of mosaic floors now at very affordable prices. At the time, it was quite something. But
and I think I remember your armchair slip covered in terry. Am I right?
Yes, that was the only thing I've had recovered. But in terry again. And the drapes are white terry cloth also. And terry cloth is so cheap. It's fantastic.
So that's a really good lesson for people on when you're deciding on fabrics and finishes. You know, you want to get into the spirit of the room. It's a bathroom. So why wouldn't it be terry cloth?
Exactly. Terry cloth drapes, terry cloth furniture, terry cloth bed. And I've done it many times for clients. Like I'll do benches with like a terry cloth slip cover that they can just pull off, throw in the wash, especially if it's a makeup table. I'll do a terry cloth chair bench with a slip cover on the chair, and you just throw it into the washing machine.
Fabulous.
So if you throw a damp towel on it, nothing's going to happen because it's terry.
Fabulous.
So 20 years, not so bad.
It's fantastic. I've always loved your bathroom, and I'm so glad you haven't changed it.
No, I'll never change this. You know, I designed this originally for the Kohler company. We were doing a display for them at the interior design show, and it had that tub.
I remember.
And it was almost exactly the same as this. And we had to use Baker furniture. Yeah. So we did some of the Baker chairs because they owned Baker at the time. And then when we finished it, I said, one day I'm copying this bathroom for myself. I loved it so much. So when I bought this house, it was a few years later, and there was this bedroom beside the master. And I said, okay, that's it. I'm going to make it into my beautiful oasis.
So if you can afford it, and if you have the room, there's nothing better than a separate water closet for your toilet.
Yes, especially if you're a couple.
Yes, it's great.
We do that a lot also in Jack and Jill bathrooms. If two kids are sharing a bathroom, we'll put the toilet and shower in one section and then the sink out in the open. So two people can be using the bathroom at the same time. But most master bathrooms we do today, when there's a couple, we try to create a private water closet if you have the room.
Now, how often have you done his and hers bathrooms for clients? And hers is like a spa boudoir. It's huge. And his is like tiny little thing with a urinal and a toilet. How often has that happened?
It's so funny you say that because that just came up in a conversation the other day. And I was talking to someone about this very thing. And I'll never forget, I had a client of mine who now he's in his 90s and he was in his late 70s turning 80. And we were doing this they bought this beautiful penthouse and we were renovating it. And the wife's bathroom, as it was originally designed, was this, like you said, this spa with a bay window and with a tub in it and the whole thing. And then he's looking around and he said, well, where's his bathroom? Very traditional. And I said, oh, it's right here. And it was a shower, a toilet, a little vanity in the dark, no window. And he said, I did not work my whole life to be stuck in here. So we remodeled it and we created this beautiful bathroom for him, and he's very dapper, so he had beautiful clothes. So we created this beautiful dressing room. He always wears a tie, always wears a jacket. We created this beautiful dressing room, this beautiful bathroom. But it was so funny. He's like, I didn't work for 60 years to be in this closet.
I love it. I love it.
So it's true. And when husbands say, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm fine with little bathroom.
It matters.
They want just, a different style.
Something.
They want some light and space.
So that's great. So thank
let's
you.
See your second.
Okay, well, first of all, I have to say, my house is a lot smaller than yours.
It's not
So-
too small, your house, so I wouldn't
Well,
say.
it's smaller than yours, so I don't have the grandeur happening to the same extent. So I'm now going to go up the stairs, and I think it's funny because I have the same banisters you have, the same colors.
Oh, yeah.
You've
Oh, my
got-
God.
I mean, it's almost identical.
It is.
It's a thing.
And Sisal on a carpet is great because you don't slip on it. It's
Yeah.
inexpensive.
It's
and
not
doesn't feel-
Sisal. Mine's from Wineco, and it's, I think it's wool, but it looks
Oh,
like
is it?
Sisal.
Oh, yes. Yes, I see it
Yeah.
now.
Okay. And then my floors on the second floor, I put in Monser because I wanted the old European looking boards.
Yeah, I love Monsieur.
So I'll get to that. Okay. See that? Now this is the sight line when you
Yes.
walk up the stairs. That's my little corner table desk.
I love the chairs.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they? I
Where are
think they're
those
McGuire,
from?
old McGuire.
Maguire, of course.
And there's the fireplace. It's a working fireplace.
As
and
we
then-
talked about before, I love beautiful old mantels.
This table desk Michelle made for himself out of beautiful cherry.
Really?
Yeah, he's a great carpenter. He makes
Wow, I've got-
beautiful furniture.
I've got some things I need repaired. Can you come
Oh.
over?
I don't know if he does repairs. He's kind of creative, Brian. I don't think you'll recognize it when he's finished with it. I'll change it. And then this is the second floor landing.
Cool.
This is like a mezzanine where the office is. And we
So
both
nice
like,
that that's on the mezzanine.
yeah. Now it leads to a staircase, which you can see right in front of you that goes to the third floor, but that's not for today. We'll do the second floor today.
Okay, yeah, my third floor is under renovations.
Really?
Yeah, the roof is leaking.
Oh, terrible.
I know. I
Second
didn't call the
floor.
insurance company because I thought I'd hit them enough with that kitchen flood. I'll just deal with the third floor myself.
Now this is the view into my guest room, second floor guest room.
Ugh,
It's a pretty
beautiful.
room. It's small, sweet. It's en suite. It has a bathroom beside it.
I always say stay in your guest room a few nights and then you really know what.
Exactly. And you know what I did with these chairs, which was interesting?
What?
These chairs are from Primavera. I upholstered them in wallpaper. Grass cloth.
Really?
Can you see?
Yes.
Because
good.
I wanted that look.
Oh my
And
goodness.
it's super comfortable and you can wipe it.
Wow. It's like
Yeah.
raffia.
And it is. It's like raffia. Okay.
Oh my
So
God.
now we're going to go to another sight line. This is my favorite sight line in the whole house. When you look into my bedroom, I love that. Can you see?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Love it. You have
Okay.
to see something when you're walking in your house that's beautiful. A window, a piece
Yeah.
of furniture, a piece
Yes.
of art, never
Yes.
a dead wall or just a door.
So you walk into the principal bedroom through double doors.
Yeah.
And this is why I did the dark floors, because I love to collect old rugs. And I think old rugs on a dark floor, I mean, what's better than that?
Well, I especially think when you have a lot of whites and creams and things, you need that contrast.
Yes.
Otherwise, the space looks very bland.
Yes. So you walk in and you go through the dressing room to get to the bedroom. This is the dressing room.
Oh, I'm
And the
doing
thing
that
about the dressing room is that all the cupboards, like it looks like paneled walls. And behind
Yes.
all that paneling are the closets.
now.
And
Yes.
I love these chairs. I got them from Restoration Hardware. They were the dressmaker chairs
Oh,
years
yes,
ago. And they
yes.
stopped carrying them. Why did they stop carrying the sweet things?
They have to have newness all the time.
I know.
And it
And we
makes
have
your
a-
chairs more special because you can't get
Yes,
them anymore.
that's right. And then we have a fireplace in the dressing room, which obviously we don't use, but it looks nice.
Love
It's
that,
another one of
man.
those old mantles that you like.
Why don't you put in a gas insert into that, like gas
I
logs?
should. If you think
In
I
the
would
winter,
turn-
when
you
you're
think I
getting
would-
dressed, you can have the fire going.
You think I would turn it on?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
I love the
And
auto.
then we're going into my bedroom. Same as yours, paneled, blah, blah, blah. We all love panels.
Gorge.
New antiques, old McGuire chair, TV over
And I
there.
like the drapes sagging on the floor.
Yeah, I know. And now we have French doors everywhere, which I love.
See, I always say when you're building
Armoire.
armoire,
I mean, it's like our formula, isn't it?
oh, but it's,
Armoire.
how long ago did you do that room?
Oh, 15 years ago.
Yeah, and it's
20,
so gorgeous.
20 years ago.
And
Not
it's so relevant today, that room, and so gorgeous. And that
Thank you.
armoire is the best.
Thank you. And then you come into this corner, and I have this chair that Michelle we brought from the farm. Michelle had it in New York. He likes Asian antiques. It's a Chinese chair, and it's a chair that it's the kind you put on a boat, like to row, it's a boatman's chair because it's very, very low. And there's my dressing table.
Looking out into
I
the
love. And then we'll turn around and we'll see the bed. There you go.
And I love black lampshades.
Oh, me too.
Black lampshades could make any lamp look fabulous and glamorous.
Isn't that right?
The cheapest way to make an inexpensive lamp look like $1 million.
Isn't that true?
Yeah.
And then the bathroom. Now my bathroom is remarkable in that you think I have no storage, right? You think, what does she do? She doesn't wear any makeup, I guess, because she has nowhere to put anything.
She's just natural.
In fact, I do have storage. So we'll come into the bathroom. I'd like to give you a different sight line for the bathroom. This one. Coming in from the dressing room.
Nice.
There's the bathroom. I have this sort of table vanity.
Now, people have to know if you're going to do a vanity like that and expose the plumbing,
yes,
you have to do a special P-trap, which is what we're looking at.
That's what it is.
And you have to hide the shutoff high.
Yep, that's it.
So you don't see it, so it looks
That's
nice.
it.
Because everyone thinks, well, it's not going to look nice, it's going to look messy, but you have to use that, I think they call it a bottle.
It's a T-trap.
Yeah.
Or a bottle trap. It's also called a bottle trap. You're
and then
right.
you keep the shutoff up high, and then it looks nice and neat. And the
then
other thing people don't realize is if you're going to do that, and yours isn't so exposed, but when you order a sink that you can see like that, you order called double glazed, which means the underside is glazed too. So if you're sitting in the tub and can see the sink, it's not unfinished underneath, it's finished on both sides.
Yes. I did put drawers in here, just enough.
Oh.
And you just cut around. You cut around the sink.
Wow.
But that's all I need. But this is where everything is. This wall has all drawers.
Oh, I love it.
And cupboards. So it holds all the stuff.
Love that.
And then this is Michelle's side, and I put all his stuff away. If you think it's like this all the time, you would be wrong. I gave him a compromise. I gave him this thing here, this basket here, that he can put I've got a tray that goes on here for all his bathrooms, his toiletries. Yeah. And if I get fed up and it's too much, I open the top and throw it all in. See? Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the poor guy.
Then, and I did the floor in herringbone Oro limestone. And here's my bathtub.
Wow.
Dressing table, a little just, but there you go. There's the toilet that greets you when you walk in. That's the Toto. The Toto toilet. I love it. The washlet.
Yes.
And I love this Kelly Wertzler fabric.
You have that. You've had fabric in the reverse in your dining room. You
are very observant.
Yes,
very.
You have black background with white.
Yeah, I have it, and I have it cream. I have it with cream and white in my guest room bathroom. And these pieces are by Mona Hartoum, and they're pubic hair, contemporary
Excuse
art.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
They are. She's a very famous artist, Brian. It's not a joke.
As I fall over.
And then here's the view, and I just love sight lines. I love to look into this bedroom, with the light and the trees and these old rugs I collected over the years. A lot of them came from LT.
I think there's going to be a resurgence in antique carpets because I want to start using them more and more, especially in dens and things like that. We have one at our front door. They're indestructible. They hide everything.
Yes.
And if you have a contemporary space, they look fabulous because they add that layering, that soulfulness. So I think people should really look at using antique carpets. And I think they think antique carpets are going to be like the traditional red and blue, but they come in beautiful colors. The one at my front door is all in browns and creams.
I show you something that I did, which you might want to think about for clients if you're not already doing it, who have are very sensitive to noise. In the bathroom, I put double doors between the bathroom and the bedroom.
Oh.
So there's pocket doors here that close, and there's also a French door.
Oh, wow.
You have double doors, so you have total silence in the bathroom and the bedroom if you want.
Well, that's good if you're with someone that's a light sleeper and you get up in the morning early to go to work.
Exactly. So that's it, Brian. That's
It's
my second
gorgeous.
floor.
It's gorgeous. I
Before we
love
go,
it.
let's have a little chat downstairs, shall we? Or let's
Yes,
sit
we're
up
very
here.
lucky to live in these houses. And, you know, in my profession, and I've worked very hard for the last 30 odd years. You know, I always thought I have to have a beautiful, comfortable house. It's an expression of what I do, and it's a passion of what I am doing. And, you know, fortunate that I have been successful enough to have a house like this. But I think as designers, we're so sensitive. Some people it's not as important. Some people it is important. But for me, it's like all the rooms in my house become these experiments of what I can do and how I can do it for clients and things like that. Though
Of
I
course,
haven't.
it's your lab.
It is my lab. It is, and it allows us to do different things and try things. And it's almost like model suites. When you do a model suite, and you can do things that you really, you know, want to check to see if it really works because it's a little
Yes.
sort of pushing the envelope.
Yes.
But we can do that in our houses. And now I'm going to start, never change this bathroom, but I'm going to start changing some things in the house, mostly the den and the carpets in the living room and dining room and things
Yes,
like that.
carpets, yes. So, you know, young designers ask me all the time when they're fresh out of school how they can have a better chance of getting a job, especially if they want to be residential designers. And one of the things I tell them is you need exposure to beautiful homes with good detailing and just creative decorating. You can get some of it from magazines, but really you need to see it. You need to go into the houses and you need to look at the moldings and look at the details. So there are ways to get in, of course, there are house tours, and just sometimes you can just ask people who you've heard have a great house if you can see it because you're a designer and you're in training. And of course you bring young designers into all your clients' homes,
Yes.
ones that work for you. But I actually think exposure is one of the most important things.
I mean, I have literally asked people, I've literally pulled up in front of houses. Thank goodness some of them recognized me and didn't think I was going to mug them. But I drove by a house and a woman was getting out of her station wagon and I pulled up on the sidewalk and I said, "Oh, how are you?" And I said, "I'm Brian Gluckstein." I said, "You know, I've always loved your house and I love this house." And she said, "Oh, thank you very much. That's nice coming from you." I'm like, "Can I see it?"
No warning? Like, was no warning?
No warning. No
And she
warning.
said
It was just a
yes?
proof that it happened to me, and she let me in, and we walked around. But there's so many historic houses, whether they're New York or Chicago or Toronto, that you can go see. There's the one in Oshawa. What was that? The McLaughlin House.
Yeah, McLaughlin.
Beautiful house.
There's so many. You know what? You're sounding much better than last episode. You were kind of down that day. You're feeling better.
Because I see that our office is opening today. I mean, half. We're
Good.
alternating,
Yeah,
so there's
yeah,
not a lot
yeah,
of people there.
yeah.
I feel like, I can socialize with my mask and my shield.
Yes. Bye, dear.
Mwah.
Take care.
You too. See you
Bye.
soon.
Yep. Bye.